Hello, this is Cottonhead again. I'm back with another how-to and how-not-to video for the Terraria training program. We're trying to get off the ground here. We're starting off, these are Gladiator Nights. Gladiator Night, we all try to drop in together and see what we can do. This was actually part of a competition we were having called the Platoon Engine. So Holy Avenger is my partner for this, and we're heading into combat. We are both medium and heavy in tennis, and so that is why I chose to go left. We are not on voice at this point, so I had to type it. I actually made a mistake and typed it into the entire team, so that was my fault, and we all went left, which might not have been such a bad thing, because in the end we do end up winning the match. Okay, what are we doing? What am I doing? What am I thinking right now? I'm pulling up. I know that I have a very good player, Holy, to my right, and I do not know the guy to my left in the pack in front of me. I am looking around as much as I can, and we're trying to get these two mediums down as quick as possible. What do I think about the position right now? I don't like my position. Even in the game, I didn't like the position. But it was the position that I was in. Trying to use the patent a little bit from cover and trying to use Holy a little bit for cover and that wall. Now this 54, excuse me, is going to get two into me, and I did something wrong here. I'm going to point it out. See, I fired his track, which I always do. I always try to track people. It's extra experience. It stops them. It gets your teammates opportunities. But you'll notice at the bottom my tank angle. It was very poor. I kept at the wrong angle for too long. So because I was at that wrong angle, I end up taking the second one from him, and unfortunately the OBJ pops up and pops one right into my side. So I have effectively made myself a one-shot, which obviously is very bad, especially for a competition. Now our other platoon didn't drop in with us, they didn't make it. So this isn't going to be an issue, other than we still obviously want to win the game. So I'm kind of watching what he's doing. He's backing up. I know as an OBJ, he's going to have terrible gun handling. So if he's moving at all, he's not going to be able to hit me. This is just an unfortunate shot. I bounce off Asia there. Asiaticus, a very good player from Terraria. And I get blown up by the E100 I didn't see. We're going to see my teammate and some others begin to move in. And that's just great, but I am blown up. Couple comments about getting blown up that way. Number one, I thought I would be below the berm, so that was just a miscalculation on my point, on my side, and I ended up too high in the berm, and just just kind of a bummer shot, maybe even borderline rush shot that occurred there against Asia. Unfortunately, it hit his cupola, not the side of the turret like I was aiming for. It wouldn't have ultimately mattered in that I was still gotten nuked by the E50. So what is my idea about that, or how could I have remedied that? Most likely by making sure that there weren't other tanks there, not insisting on being the guy to take that shot. I was trying to chase down the OBJ, because I did have somebody on my left, but ultimately it did leave me dead, and that was unfortunate. So here we are at Mines, and sorry if my voice just got louder, I adjusted the settings. And I'm typing, let's go to the hill, and please no exceptions. Don't type no exceptions to be a jerk. I typed that because I'm hoping with a little bit of an emphaticness that people won't decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to go cliff, or something like that. Or, that somehow our E3 will decide, I'm going to flank all the way around. That'll be a win. Do yourselves a favor. You know what, if you go to this map and you have a medium and some heavies, go hill. If you don't have mediums and they do, then just double flank around. And I've done it a few times and it works. You can win with that. So I'm approaching the hill. I am a little bit concerned because obviously he is getting absolutely destroyed. He being Holy, my partner. I decide anyway, and it might have been the wrong choice to be honest. Probably was because we died. But I wanted to see, can we get these guys? Can we get these mediums down? I thought I might take one in the rear from the 7, and you just saw me do that. But I thought I might be able to get up there and get in and maybe free Holy up. Unfortunately, as you can see right there, the M103 was a little bit slow in getting up, and the other E5 he did not decide to go to the top of the hill. He went to a very good spot, for whom Michel Toll is a very good tanker, and he decided to go to behind the rock by Cap, where you can get sides and shots into the side of those players sitting at the rock. Unfortunately, the side effect of that was that we didn't have support, and so we ended up both dying. Their E50 and their FV were able to just to sit up there. So at this point, I'm just typing to my partner, hey, try to do something, sorry it didn't work out. He obviously was pretty understanding, and now it's pretty much a boring standoff until all our guys get picked off and die. But I thought I'd include this clip. Honestly, I'm not trying to cop out. I don't know if that was the right thing or the wrong thing to do. At the time there, it was clearly the wrong thing, because what ended up happening is there was nobody behind me to keep people honest. So I guess in that respect, just a simple glimpse at the mini-map probably would have showed me, oh man, you know what, sorry Holy, just going to have to let you die. I'm going to come up here, get a shot into the FE, and then I'm going to have to back down. Perhaps if I had done that, then we would have had that firepower up front, and these guys wouldn't have gotten mobbed. Maybe we could have gotten that IS-7 when he poked up again to try to finish off our FV. Obviously that's all just thinking about what coulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I thought, like I said, I'd put the clip in, learn from it what you will. I guess the moral of the story is if you don't have people to track other people and to keep other people honest behind those rocks, don't run up there. Anyway, I hope you get some out of that, and we'll move on to our next clip. Okay guys, here we go in Oasis Palms. We are spawning in what is considered to be the good spawn here in the northeast. Most players consider it to be a better spawn point because you are closer to higher ground whether you decide to go left or right. Personally, I always like to go right. I like right because I usually drive mediums, and in the hills there, directly in front of us, there are some really good hold down spots, especially in that top corner where you can have your turret is the only thing that's going to be poking up, and you just go back and forth and pluck at people all day long. There are many hiding places on this side too. I like that, in between the dunes, all that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is what I normally do. I'm going to go towards these tents and head up into this little gorge or this chute, whatever you'd like to call it. As I head up there, I'm watching my mini-map. Okay, where's my team going? Okay, most of them are to my right. A lot of them are going up. Some are behind me. They haven't spotted anybody yet. And I'm going to stay on this dune, and then since you have a good gun depression in the E5, I like to get right on that dune and try to find people. Now, here's where it gets tricky. You have to be careful, because if they have that, mean TD at their spawn, this can be very precarious. That's why I'm stopping right here. I figure if my partner wants to go charging him, I'm going to let him. At this point, it's pretty obvious that they're not camping at spawn, or he would have spotted them, or somebody would have been hit. So I'm feeling pretty safe. I like that spot in between the dunes because you're sheltered from almost every side. So because the mediums are charging so far ahead, or at least my partner is, not in a negative way per se, but he's charging ahead, there's no reason for me to try to follow him, so I'm going to go through town. I am going to get a little overzealous here, which is, if you watch my videos, my commentary, when I succeed, it's when I'm not overzealous, and when I don't succeed, it's when I am overzealous. It works out for me okay at this point, other than that big baddie I just take from the Jag Panther, excuse me. That was foolish. Luckily we get him down, but I'm going to take a few more shots, unfortunately, as I'm trying to hit the clown tank here. Get a shot into him. I thankfully bounce one, and here's my mistake. I was not looking at my mini-map. And here I am, absolutely out in the middle of nowhere. No cover except for the tanks on my right. Not thinking at all. They are laying into me. I get a couple of good bounces, and I immediately try to fend some people off. knowing I have to get back to cover. The E5 is incredibly mobile except when it's backing up. So I get right behind this nice little breakable wall, and I'm going to use it to keep pumping rounds into that other E5. And also the 54 if it shows up, and I think there was a Tiger or something like that out there too. So this is what I'm using at this point. I have a one-shot buffer, and I know my turret is pretty beefy. So going back and forth, looking at my mini-map now, wondering, okay, how are they doing next to me? What's going on there? And I'm going to stick to my safety, because I'm now a one-shot for pretty much everybody. As I mentioned before in my videos, and I'm going to bring it up again, I try to track everyone. That was a pretty bad shot, but I try to track everybody, especially, right now my partner's circling him. It's really going to help him if he can't move again. Your enemy just becomes immobile, and what also will happen is you'll get people to burn their repair kits, and if they're like me, you run a 1-minute cooldown fix-all repair kit. Some people like to run a second. I like to run cola and adrenaline. It's your personal preference. Having said that, as we finish this map off, if you do force someone to burn their repair kit, then they no longer are able to stop a fire, which actually can be really nice. So also, tracking people gets you more experience. You get experience for damage dealt to people that you've tracked. So it's just a win-win situation. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed these few clips. I'll be uploading more, but this is an 11-minute video, which seems pretty long. Actually, it's probably going to be 12 minutes by the time it's done. But thanks for viewing. I hope it helps you.